All right, well, and now I am on the Silomore Trail, North Trail, going the other way that I went in June. In June, I started down at the Allison Trailhead, and this time I'm starting up near the Barks Shed recreational area. So if you follow the directions on all trails to get to the trailhead, they tell you to go 1.8 miles on this road that I'm on right now. Unfortunately, this bridge is closed, so you're about 2 miles from the trailhead, and so this is where the trail starts. And actually, there's the sign right there. North Sylamore Creek Trail. So it's 4.7 miles to Cold Fork Road and 9.4 miles to Crippled Turkey Road, and that's part of the Ozark Islands Trail. So let's see if we can make it there. This is the bridge. I'm parked right down there in that little area. It was a fee area. I had to pay to park, a couple dollars a day. But this used to be a road, evidently, and now it's not. Now it's a path. Anyway, it's a beautiful day. It's October 22nd, and good to be back on the road again. It's a beautiful day. It's supposed to rain a little bit tomorrow, but we'll get up here and see what we got to look at today. Nice day. The 2009 ice storm, that was a big deal. We got here a couple years after that, in 2013, and there was still a lot of damage. Trees that had broken in half based on from the ice that had accumulated on the top of the trees. And there were people in our area that had gone weeks with no electricity and no access to the outside. Couldn't get out. The ice was so thick on the roads. That was in 2009, and people remember it. It's kind of like one of those things. Where were you in the ice storm of 2009? So back in June, I started at the Allison Trailhead and walked this way. And I didn't make it quite all the way to the end, to where I am right now. So now I'm starting on all trails. It's actually the start of the trail. And I'm going to try to walk to the Allison Trailhead. That's my goal. We'll see if I can make it. I know it's less daylight now than I had back then. But, you know, just push myself a little bit and see what happens. There's a little blaze. What is that, purple? Would you call that purple or blue? I'm kind of colorblind, so to me it's blue. Well, the first thing I noticed, just being out here, just this first few 100 feet, I don't see any spiders, spider webs on the trees. And you all know how much I hate spiders. I don't hate spiders, I hate their spider webs across the trail. They leave me alone, I leave them alone. That's the way I like spiders. It's a beautiful fall day. Leaves are starting to turn a little bit, and probably another month now all the leaves will be off the oak trees. be able to see a little bit more of the vistas up here, but for today, just a nice forest walk. Getting here was an issue. If you follow the directions, you click on directions on all trails and it gives you the map. And I follow them. I must have missed a turn because I ended up going about another 10 miles on a dirt road that I didn't need to be on. Came back and it was right here. I already passed this. So, but it's probably 12 miles off of a paved road to get here to the trailhead. Gravelly road. But there's houses back here. There's a few homesteads back there. People have some horses and stuff like that. And some of them look like they might be hunting cabins where people just come up in the hunting season, which is in about another month now, I believe. But I love this time of year. This is beautiful. The weather is just right. It's about 65 degrees. And it's supposed to get down in the low 50s tonight. And so I didn't bring a big jacket. Just brought a kind of a flannel shirt. Got my tent and sleeping bag. I'll be fine. My feet feel good. My back feels good. My legs feel good. I feel good. James Brown. Wow! Characteristic Arkansas trail with the stone cliff on one side, and on the other side, a beautiful creek in this case. There are layers of geologic rock there. Cool. Fall flowers. The bees getting their last little bit of nectar before the end of the season. Pretty flowers. Somebody made themselves a campfire right here under this. Under this is looking straight up right now. I'm in like a cave. And then down, down, down. The trail goes down there and around there, but it's just ringed. This is like a bowl right here in this rock. Caves. Going back in there. It's pretty cool. There's water dripping down the rock right there, so a little stream from the water. Arkansas has some really, really cool rock formations like this. Well, I made it to camp. A camp. I found a camp. It's about the only flat spot I could find up here. And so it is about 6:30 and sun's going down. It's kind of high up in the mountains. Sun usually goes down about 6:30 right now this time of year. So it's down now because it's up in the mountains. Got a hill over there. Anyway, it was a good day. I got about almost 8 miles in from the time I started here on Friday. So tomorrow I plan to do what I always do, is walk another maybe 10 miles and then turn around and come back 10 miles on Saturday, and then Sunday I'll walk back out. And that's what I do. That's the fun I have. I got a little fire going, got my chair set up, got my tent set up, and I'm tired, so I'll probably go to sleep about 8 o'clock and get up early in the morning. Y'all take care. I'll text you on the other side of the morning. Good morning. It's Sunday morning, and I'm up and at 'em, getting ready to take off. Got my breakfast done, and it's about 8 o'clock, 7:30, I think. Stayed by this beautiful little creek here. It wasn't right on the trail, but I saw it on the map, so I just bushwhacked down to get by the creek so I could camp. And it was nice and flat. The trail is actually maybe up there 100 yards, something like that. So I gotta cross this creek back a little farther back and climb up the hill through the woods, and then I'll be ready to going forward. I'm gonna go up to Gunner Pool. I did something kind of unusual when I parked at Barkshed and I got on the trail. I accidentally went the wrong way. I was trying to go towards the Allison trailhead, but I didn't. I went the other way, and I ended up walking yesterday, or Friday, I walked up pretty close to the Cripple Creek Road, and then yesterday morning I hiked on up there and turned around and came back, passed my car, and then came towards where I wanted to go in the first place. So I won't go as far towards Allison as I wanted to, but what this does for me is it completes the whole Sylamore Creek. So I will have done the whole thing, because last time I was on here, I did hike to Gunner Pool and turned around, and so this time I will make it to Gunner Pool, and from the very start, which is what I went to yesterday. Anyway, that's the plan for today, is to go to Gunner Pool and turn around and come back. I should be back at the car by 1 or 2. It's two interesting things happened last night with fire. First of all, crossing this creek, I didn't realize how deep it was. I didn't put my little river crossing sandals on, and so I just walked across with my boots and got my socks all wet and everything. So I started a little fire, and I was, watching everything really good, but I burned holes in all my socks. I had 2 pairs of socks on, so 4 socks have holes. Oh man! And so so if that wasn't enough, this morning I got my little stove going and put some water on for coffee, and then just went down for a second to dip up some more water to filter, and came back up, and my chair had tipped over onto the fire and had burned a hole in the bottom of my chair. So I'm still sitting in it right now, but it's got a hole about the size of a grapefruit would pass through. I got to figure out a way to patch that up. I think I can. Anyway, what a morning. I'm feeling good. I rested good last night. It rained, but nothing got wet inside the tent. The tent got wet, and there was a little condensation on it last night, and I took my little dry cloth and wiped it off. Well, my tent pole did blow down once. I had to get up and get out and put that back up. So while I did that, I also wiped out the inside of the tent with the condensation. But all in all, everything stayed dry inside. I had an extra pair of socks with me, so I'll wear those today. But I will cross the creek in my sandals, and then I'll put my socks on. Anyway, I'll try to catch up with you a little bit down the road. Maybe I'll show you Gunner Pool, and then I'll head back to the car, and we'll close it off. Take care. More cliffs. These things have to be, gosh, 150, 200 feet high. Overlooking the river. Makes you imagine that at one point that river cut through this canyon and cut all that rock. Made those cliffs like that. That would have been something to see that water rushing down through here. Imagine pushing boulders and whatever else down to the bottom. Those of you that may have watched my video back, I think it was in June that I was walking this trail. There's a straight drop off down there to the water. Maybe 200 feet. And then you got this Indiana Jones passageway you got to go through here. Coming back, it looks just like a pile of rocks, but you have to go right through there. Pretty cool. Alright, so made it to Gunner Pool. Now I'm going to turn around and go back to Bark Shed. Should get back there by about 1:30, 2 o'clock, and get in the car and head home. Had a pretty good trip. Some nice views, scenery up here. The rocks, I don't know, they're amazing. The little creeks are cool. I remember when I was here in June, I camped on this little creek just a little ways back by those big high cliffs, and there were fish in there, and man, what a great time. Anyway, I'm on my way back to the car, and maybe I'll update you a little more at the end of the trail.